Good evening. Welcome to the campus of Melbourne High School. Dr. Tom McIntyre Stadium, home of the Melbourne Bulldogs, as they host the Heritage Panthers in the district matchup tonight. Coach Blue, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. It looks like we're going to have a dry football game.
For once. It's nice. Been a while. Coach, Viera beat Harmony last night, so Harmony falls to 0-2 in the district. Viera's 1-1. Melbourne is currently 1-0, and Heritage is 1-0.
Yep, it's all on the line here.
Panthers win, they're district champs. If Melbourne wins, they're sitting in the driver's seat to go play Viera for the district title.
Yeah, and it's the Heritage Melbourne game, which is always a great game. I can't remember a Heritage Melbourne game that wasn't a great game. All these guys know each other, played against each other growing up. We got some transfers, as everybody knows, that kind of heats everything up a little bit more than normal in this day and age of transferring, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes that's going to make this thing a little spicy.
A lot of social media chatter between players and parents. I wouldn't necessarily say coaches because that's not something that they do, but there has been a lot of social media chatter between this one. Captains for Melbourne are number 23. That is Colin Richmond. Johnny Wright, number 51. James Hines, number 75. And number 3, Jalen Daly. Captains for Heritage, albeit the Melbourne transfers, Kavaris Cohen, Nate Jennings, J.R. Samuels. I can't see the other number, but I believe that's Ramir Davis, the inside linebacker.
Spicy at the coin toss.
Coach, you and I have both been looking forward to this one for a long time. Obviously, you spent several years coaching at Heritage High School. I spent several years coaching here at Melbourne High School. So we know, both of us, on one side or the other, what this kind of somewhat rivalry starts to look like.
Oh, yeah, and it's more heated now with the whole transfer. You know, it's not really a transfer portal in high school, but, you know, kids being able to go wherever they want and kids now going wherever they want. You have guys on the other side now that were brothers in green one year, and now they're in royal blue the next year, and it just adds to the rivalry.
And again, a lot of these guys played youth football against each other or with each other here locally. So Melbourne will be receiving the kickoff. Caleb Countdown Cameraman Brown here with us tonight. Tonight's game brought to you by Natwick Insurance and American Air and Plumbing. You'll see a couple other sponsors along the way. We will read P2K Hydro Excavating and James Andrews. Florida Insurance Health Exchange, Erica Valenti. Coach Kenta, I got to run out with him. I like to see that, Coach.
They're lapping him, though. They're lapping him. He's falling behind.
He almost got ran over.
It's dangerous. You better keep up or Well, Melbourne started off the year a little rough, and then they won a couple in a row, and then they played a hard-fought game last week against Palm Bay.
So they did. They shot themselves in the foot last week, Blue. You know, at one point there was a kick return and a bad snap, but Melbourne's defense had been on the field. I think it was like 28 straight plays, minus those two. You know, the kick return one play and the bad snap on the next play. So Melbourne kind of shoots himself in the foot sometimes, but I've said it every week. You have a very, very young football team. And those are some of the characteristics, mistakes that they're going to make.
They're getting better, though.
They are.
They've gotten better. You got a sophomore quarterback, right? There's always going to be bumps in the road when you throw a sophomore out there from day one.
Vatava is deep for Melbourne. Coach, I wasn't there last week, but I was told Heritage got a new kicker.
Yeah, they have a soccer player, a senior soccer player, and he went out and kicked a little 55-yarder with the wind in his back, and Coach Michael Benson said, yeah, sure, you can play football.
Is it Zydell Thomas?
Yes.
All right, so you expecting him to put this one through the end zone here?
They say he does routinely put it through the end zone.
Well, he looks the part. Heritage rocking their new uniforms tonight, looking like the Duke Blue Devils or the Indianapolis Colts. You can pick, but they look great. Yeah.
She gone.
Yeah, he about hit the goalpost there. So Melbourne will take over 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Sophomore quarterback Jordan Padala. Coach, obviously the matchup to see right now is how is Melbourne's line going to stand up to the size and speed of the Heritage D-line?
Yes. Well put. But Melbourne has balance. They're able to throw the ball around, so
right.
That'll help.
Padala comes out in the gun. It's going to drop back to pass. Got a man down the middle. It's going to be intercepted by Alex Petit of the Heritage Panthers. Coach, he overthrew him, and we got a flag on the play, I believe. Nope, they're going to call it incomplete.
Wow, Melbourne caught a break there.
They did, Coach, and his sophomore quarterback. You had him, man, but you can't just throw it up, up.
He had him, you're right. If he throws that ball just right, that's at least 50 yards, but he let it hang, and that safety was able to drift over and make a play on it.
And, Blue, that's one thing you see in youth football that you and I sit around Saturday when we're around it. These quarterbacks don't throw the ball to the receiver. They want to just launch it instead of, let me show you my arm, instead of, sometimes you got to put the ball in his chest.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 for Melbourne. Padala takes a snap, hands off to Daly. Daly's going to be brought down by number 56, Connor Robinson, after a gain of 1.
That first play, that was a good, well-drawn-up play. That was watching film and saying, hey, we're going to go right down the middle of the field on the first play of the game. And they had it, but you just got to execute it.
Coach, I know I've watched a bunch of Heritage games this year, but it might just be the uniforms, but them jokers look big.
Oh, they're definitely big. I was there for 8 years, and we never had a team with that much size.
3rd and 8 for Melbourne. Bowles in motion, hands off to Daly up the middle. Connor Robinson again, and Devin McDonald, the senior leader for the Panthers. Stop him, gain of none. 4th and 8 for Melbourne.
Against Heritage, you block right at the point of attack at the first level. You got a hole there, and that thing closes so fast because those linebackers pursue and flow and fill and scrape so fast. It closes up.
Coach, and got a nice, Caleb, we got a nice rocket launch over here. All right, and Melbourne's about to punt, so come back. And he's going to get it off. It's going to be a nice kick. Benson's going to let it take a roll.
That was a good punt. He had to move to get it, reset his feet, and got a good leg into it. That was a great punt right there. Good job by the punter.
1st and 10, Heritage on their own 34-yard line.
Mark.
Coach, didn't see J.R. Samuels on that first drive on defense there.
I see him on the sideline.
Oh, he's here.
He's dressed. Well, the question for Heritage on offense is going to be, does Joe Tenta come out, and is he in sync with his receivers right out of the gate? How long does it take, and when does it happen? That's the only question really with the Heritage offense is chemistry. They've had some injuries on the O-line, as you know, and obviously that
false start right there on Heritage.
Obviously that can set you back from week to week.
And I'm going to mess up his name. I believe it's Adam Cassay, the Clemson commit that plays DN, is starting at right tackle tonight for Heritage.
Hey, you put the best guys in the spot you can for the good of the team. Yeah. The team.
I've been told Clemson's going to look at him there anyway, so. Tenta drops back. Tenta's going to TJ Monroe, is going to overthrow him.
Yeah.
Deuce Ingram on the coverage.
Those are opening nerves. Both quarterbacks overthrowing guys wide open on the first play of the game. Your adrenaline's going, you're fired up, and you just put a little bit too much pepper on it.
Xavier Alexander just ran about 70 yards to go get the football out of the end zone.
What a nice guy.
Didn't even make it back to the huddle for the play. Second and 15 for the Heritage Panthers. Tenta takes a snap. He's going to hand the ball up the middle.
Daniel Cowley on the carry.
Nope, I think that's A.J. Hunter, Coach. 43. Antonio Hunter, the sophomore.
Oh, okay. They switched jerseys around like crazy.
Gain of 7, 3rd and 8 for Heritage.
He looks like Cowley. They both have the same build.
This drive brought to you by American Air and Plumbing. Tenta sends Monroe in motion. Hands off. Going to go to Benson. He's fighting forward. He's going to be close to a Heritage first down. See where they spot him. They're going to give it to him. 1st and 10, Heritage.
I know it's repetitive and I say it all the time, but he may be 160, maybe 165, but he runs like he's 200 pounds. I mean, he's just strong.
He's a great football player. Friday night lights and a rocket launch. Where else can you get that besides Space Coast?
That's right. It's like a flyover.
First and 10 for Heritage on their own 44-yard line. We're going to have false start on Heritage. That'll back them up 5. That's their second false start of this drive.
A lot of moving parts up front for them with injuries.
This one's going to be on the receiver, Coach. Alexander left early. Which, you know more than anybody. Got to have deaf ears as a receiver. You're just looking at the ball.
Don't listen.
Tenta takes the snap. Tenta's going to drop back. He's got. He's going to fumble. Going to be recovered by Melbourne at the 49-yard line. Coach, Tenta does not look like he's all right either. He's holding that shoulder.
Shot. He's tough. He's such a tough kid. He put his shoulder down to get a couple more yards.
We got a flag on the play.
Great shot there on the hit to jar the ball loose.
Johnny Wright, the tackler from Melbourne. Penalty will be declined. 1st and 10, Melbourne on their own 49-yard line. The Jeff Panucci Bulldog defense.
Huge turnover right there.
Coach, I don't know if they had any last week. I didn't pay much attention. I believe they might have had one. But going into the game against Palm Bay, Melbourne had 18 turnovers on defense.
Wow, that's a lot.
They were averaging 3 a game.
That's a lot. But you know, you look at that defensive coaching staff, I'm not surprised.
Kevin Thorpe in at quarterback for Melbourne.
Double pass.
Throws it to Vitavo. He's going to run right through Benson. Devin McDonald able to bring him down after a 5-yard gain, and we got a flag on the play.
That's where you're going to get the double pass.
That was a tough run there by Vitavo, putting his shoulder down.
Coach, he's another one just like Benson. I say it every week. Wyatt might be 5'2", 110, but he's going to run like he's 6'2", 220. I don't know his real height and weight, but I always joke with Wyatt.
Yeah, I mean, you get a bunch of guys like that on your team, you can do a lot.
Personal foul on Melbourne after a 5-yard gain. That's a big blow there.
Yeah, you get the turnover, you get in good field position, you get 5 yards on first down, and then have a mental mistake. When you're an underdog, those are things you can't do.
So that was a dead ball. So now we have 2nd and 20 for the Bulldogs. Padala's going to take snap, hands off to Daly. Daly got nowhere to go.
Straight zone, and
that's
lots
Alex
of penetration.
Petit and your boy Conrad Bryant.
2nd down for the Bulldogs.
Coach, and one thing that you and I have seen all year with Heritage is their constant rotation of the D-line. You're not getting the same 3 every series. Might not get the same 3 every play.
And that's huge because the offensive line doesn't have that luxury. And when you got fresh guys in the trenches, man, that's huge.
So loss of 3, 3rd down and 23 for Melbourne. Padala drops back. He's looking. Padala's going to, Coach, he just dove that one. He saw Devin McDonald coming. He didn't want no part of that contact.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to force something on 3rd and 23. You're going to end up, if you get a good punt here, you make Heritage go the length of the field. You don't want to make a mistake and turn the ball over. That was a smart move there just to call it a day.
J.R. Samuel deep for the Heritage Panthers to return the punt. This punt brought to you by Natwick Insurance. Bad snap.
Ball's on the turf.
He's going to run it. He
Oh,
gets the
great
kickoff.
job. Great roll. Wow, what a play. That's 2 in a row now that punter. The first one he had to step 2 steps to his left to get. That one there, he could be a rugby.
That's
that
River Moore, the junior. That's a great job.
That was pure rugby right there,
That was
buddy.
a great job. He was able to get away. So we got an officials timeout, water break. Brought to you by Natwick Insurance. Natwick Insurance team is ready to help you with your home insurance and any other personal or commercial insurance needs you may have. Natwick Insurance Inc. is the trusted choice independent insurance agency that provides insurance solutions with personal service. Natwick Insurance Agency is blessed to serve Satellite Beach and surrounding Florida communities by protecting the people they work with just like they protect their own family members. If you're not thrilled with your current insurance, contact Natwick Insurance today. Give us a call 321-735-0381 or visit natwickinsurance.com for a free quote.
So talking about D-line rotation, the entire time I was coaching at Heritage, not only did we not rotate D linemen, they played both ways. I mean, there was a lot of times where we had low 30s, on a road game. We'd take 30 kids to a road game. But, they've got depth this year. And like you said, being able to rotate a D line, I mean, that's in high school football, and you don't lose much when you rotate also. That's the key there.
Mr. John Lay, unfortunately, we were not granted rights to broadcast the game. It's not a decision that we made to not stream the game. It is on Space Coast Daily, but we were not granted to stream it, so you can catch it on the Space Coast Daily Sports Network. Panthers take a snap. That's Tenta. He is back in the game. Pitches out to Benson. Benson's going to be tripped up after an 11-yard gain. First down, Heritage.
That was a good tackle there on the sideline. That was the last man.
We are. Looks like we got another flag here.
We said it
unsportsmanlike on Heritage.
We said it was going to be spicy, didn't we?
So it's going to be 1st and 13 for Heritage.
Trips to the boundary.
They fixed the change. So 1st and 10 for Heritage. Tenta takes a snap. Tenta's going to hand off. That's Benson. He's going to break a couple tackles. Gets about a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 for Heritage.
Don't look now, but we're more than halfway through the first, and Melbourne is winning the battle of field position in a 0-0 game.
You've got an injured Bulldog on the field. American Air and Plumbing, Brevard's go-to pros for Florida Tough AC and Plumbing Services, and proud sponsor of the Brevard Sports Network, Florida Tough Player of the Month. Trust American Air and Plumbing for fast AC repairs or rugged AC systems like their Florida edition, built to withstand our brutal Florida climate, or the revolutionary Dakin AC with rebates up to $1,800 and warranties up to 12 years. AmericanAirandPlumbing.com, serving Brevard since 1942.
The safety to my side, he's playing outside leverage. My safety's playing way off.
So you think about Melbourne offensively. They came out with a great game plan. First play of the game, receiver wide up and down the middle of the field, a little overthrown. And then start off the second possession, they get the 15-yard penalty to back them up. But defense came out, great game plan. Defensive coordinator Jeff Panucci winning the first quarter here, winning the battle of field position. Melbourne came out fired up, ready to play ball.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody knows this Melbourne program, you know that that's Melbourne football. You know, they weren't just going to turn over because you took, you know, I shouldn't say that. They graduated 24 seniors and they lost a bunch of transfers, right? They're not just going to turn over and just not try to compete. Tries to throw a slant to I.J. Cordero, incomplete.
That was also overthrown.
3rd and 6 for Heritage. I always like looking down there and see someone like Tracy Thorpe just hanging out. Obviously, his son's on the team now, but, you know, when I was playing, he was a guy that went through the program in the late 90s, early 2000s. One of the best football players to ever play here in Melbourne. Handoff goes to Benson, right side. Johnny Wright again on the tackle, but it's going to be good enough for a Heritage first down.
Another flag. I think
that's going to be on the head coach.
Yeah, and I think he thought there was a horse collar, possibly, the way that he got yanked down. Might have been in their ear about potential horse collar. Yeah, you never know who you're going to see on the sideline on Friday nights. A lot of great players at all these schools. Alumni.
Coach, it is very very hostile on the field right now.
It's spicy.
Some of their sponsors, ATP Fire and Alarms, All-American Pools, Big 3 Lawn Care, The Cart Guys, Troy Alexander and Blue Marlin Real Estate.
Sideline warning against Heritage.
The Joe Company Top Notch Lawn Care.
It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line.
That was good the white hat went over and talked to him. A lot of times they just call the flag and move on and they don't stop, but I think the white hat also senses what you're saying.
Well, Clayton's been doing this a long time in this county. I think he knows how to control a game. And like we said, everything was so built up for this game between these two teams, these kids, social media, you know. First and 10, Heritage. Tenta in the shotgun. Sid's Matchell in motion is going to hand off, and we got
false start, I'm pretty sure.
false start on Heritage. That'll back them up 5. And Coach, and here's one thing. You can't let a team hang around like, Melbourne if you're Heritage. In Melbourne, you're doing everything you need to right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got to move the ball on offense, but
they're making them take 3 plays to get a first down, to get 10 yards. They're making them earn every inch.
Tenta sends Matchell in motion. Handoff Benson. Great job by Wyatt Vitava on the tackle. Gain of 5. They're going to mark him at 4. 2nd and 11.
It's a hard tackling dude and a hard running dude right there. Neither one of them backing down.
And, Coach, we've seen some games where Heritage has just started slow.
Yeah. Tenta's got to get a rhythm going with his receivers. He's overthrown them a couple times here. Sometimes it takes him a little while to get in a groove. But Melbourne's doing a good job.
Alexander in motion. He throws it. Joseph Tenta hits him wide open, Coach. That safety was nowhere to go, and there goes Alexander for 6.
Yeah, well, the safeties are on the hashes in the middle of the field is wide open, so you either got to get a hole drop and Mike to get deep down the middle of the field, or those safeties got to make their reads and get over there, and they exploited that void in the middle of the field.
He turned his back on that one. Looks like he was watching the quarterback's eyes, and Alexander was able to make a nice snag. It was a high-thrown football.
Yeah, well, he's legit. So
decommitted from USF. Is this guy going to put us in the old Eddie's parking lot?
Didn't get all of that one.
No, kick is up and good. 3:30 left here in the first quarter. Heritage up 7-0. We'll be right back after a quick break. All right, welcome back here as Heritage gets set to kick off.
Heritage kicking to the Bulldogs.
That'd be one more truck driver he's got to have,
Coach, that kid has a foot. I was going to say, he's 5 yards deep in the end zone. Can't run that one out.
He would have, though.
First and 10 for Melbourne from the 20.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a kicker.
Melbourne football would like to thank the Eaton Neighbors for sponsoring tonight's game. We'd also like to thank Ashley West.
This drive brought to you by P2K Hydro Excavating.
Coastal Hunter, Crumble Cookies, ED Home Realty, Elijah X Shoots Photography, Ferguson's Automotive, Florida Breeze.
First and 10, Melbourne on their own 20-yard line. Thorpe in at quarterback. Thorpe's going to fake it. It's going to run inside. Spins off a couple tacklers. He's going to gain 8. Great run by Kevin Thorpe.
Got to wrap up.
Coach, I know people can see it. I know coaches see it, right? But when 6 comes in the game, he can throw the football, but 99% of the time he's coming in to run the ball. So
Back is wide. The back is wide. Back is wide up top.
So you're walking up.
2nd and 2. So Melbourne's going to watch the back judge here. Handoff goes to Daly, nowhere to go. That's number 7, Devin McDonald, and number 10, Tajay Douglas. Loss of 1.
Short game for Melbourne.
So you said he's watching the back judge. When he puts his hand up, that means you got 10 seconds left on the play clock.
I think Melbourne's just, taking some time off the clock.
Oh, yeah.
Playing smart football.
Third down for Melbourne.
We got right eagle. Right eagle. Right eagle.
Handoff, Daly gets to the outside. He's going to go around the left side. Daly with a big run down to the Heritage 39-yard line.
Huge first down. They were able to get the edge there. They sealed the edge, and he had the speed to get out there.
Coach, we haven't seen a run against the Heritage defense like that all season.
Oviedo opened up with similar type play and was able to get outside a couple times. And then, of course, Mark Ainsley made an adjustment, and they didn't get outside again the rest of the night. But, if you can seal the edge and you got a guy with speed like that, definitely look at going back to that again later.
1st and 10 Melbourne on the Heritage 39-yard line. Padala's got a man open down the middle field. Broken up by Kavaris Cohen.
Second down for the Bulldogs.
That was nice. They pulled a guard there, a little influence for the linebacker to see guard pull to keep the linebacker in the box to go down the middle of the field. A little influence blocking there.
2nd and 10 for Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne's without freshman tailback Kamarion Johnson. Coach, he's out with a concussion. So Daly's the only back that got. Daly tries to cut it up. Nowhere to go. That's Hicks on the tackle for the Heritage Panthers. 3rd and 10. Are you surprised we haven't seen some sort of a screen by Melbourne with the aggressiveness of the Heritage D-line?
No, not really. I mean, 3rd down and long, usually the defense is all yelling out, watch the screen against any team. But, yeah, that's definitely a way to keep an aggressive front.
Well, I didn't know if it's something you run on first or
from
second.
teeing off. Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it keeps them, like you said, an aggressive front from teeing off on you. You screen them.
Because Heritage is coming.
Trips up top. Trips up top.
3rd and 10 for Melbourne.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a little flood.
Padala's going to step up. He's going to try keeping this one. He'll gain 6. 4th and 4.
That's a great open field tackle by your boy there.
Coach, that looked like a design kind of draw there.
Yeah.
It makes 4th down more manageable.
Good recognition by Ramir Davis on that to stick his foot in the ground and come up and make that tackle.
Melbourne's going to let this quarter end. That first quarter brought to you by Natwick Insurance, and we'll be right back after a quick break. All right, we're back here, 4th and 4. Melbourne set to kick a field goal. Zay, your son scored a touchdown, about a 60-yarder. Kick is up, coach, and short by about 5 yards.
Yeah, that was
But that's essentially a punt, so it'll be Heritage ball 1st and 10 on their own 20.
that was a long one. That was a 50-yarder, right? 33. Ball on the 33.
It was a decent one. Same as a punt.
But it has to make the end zone, right?
Palm Bay did that one year. They had a kicker that could just boot it from
Yeah,
midfield.
they did that here, and you know what happened to them? Melbourne beat them 2007, 22-15.
You're welcome.
I'm just glad there's no rain to tell a Coach Blue story.
Oh, dude, come on. There has to be, we have to set a rule. We have to set boundaries. There has to be at least a drop of rain in order for you to bring that up. You can't talk about the rain, no rain, and then.
1st and 10, Heritage. Alexander in motion. 10 is going to hand off the ball. That's A.J. Hunter. Gain of 6.
That's a nice little counter spin underneath. Nice footwork there by Joe Tenta on that. A little pirouette handoff.
Coach Boudreau tuning in. Former Melbourne freshman coach back when Brevard County had freshman football.
He's a Michigan guy.
Big Michigan guy.
I remember him. Go Blue.
Coach Boudreau's first day, he says, "You smell that? You smell the fresh cut grass?" I said, "Josh, that's turf." But Josh was just insinuating that it's football season. Let's
well, maybe
go.
they mowed the lawn on the baseball field and he was getting a whiff.
Tenna's going to swing it out wide to, that's Monroe. Monroe looking for some work. Gain of 9. First down, Heritage.
That looked like a double pass there for a second.
Boudreau says go Blue. Well, Coach Blue, when you're ready to buy a Mercedes, Coach Boudreau will take care of you at Mercedes in Melbourne.
You know when that'll happen?
When you're about 75.
No,
No?
never.
Well,
That takes cash money.
maybe your wife will get one.
We need big vehicle for the children's. Maybe it's got a used one back there. It hasn't been detailed yet. They just took it in on a trade. And
1st and 10, Heritage on their own 33-yard line. Tenta takes a snap, throws a slant. I.J. Cordero breaks a tackle. Down to the 48-yard line. Gain of 14.
that's been pretty much the theme all year is Joe, first quarter, trying to find his guys, and then he zeroes in, puts it on the money.
I still can't believe he's a senior.
He's been around a long time. I know you've known him longer than I have.
Yeah, if he was playing for me, he wouldn't be wearing that sleeve on his arm that made him fumble the football. TJ Monroe is going to get the, almost like a reverse. He makes a man miss, makes another man miss. Finally brought down by number 7, Deuce Ingram, after a gain of 9.
Good feet right there, man. It's explosive.
Coach, he was a Melbourne transfer. Had a good freshman season last year.
I mean, Melbourne's all over it. They're right where they need to be defensively. Coach Boudreau.
2nd and 1 for Heritage.
Michigan man. You like the Lions too, Coach?
Oh, yes.
I'll see you Sunday. You got to make that trip over there.
Coach Wilson used to tell him he had the green M for Michigan State, and that would drive him nuts.
Oh, jeez.
2nd and 1. Monroe in motion. Tenta takes a snap, hands off to Hunter up the middle.
Great defense.
He's going to get one. We got kids going in the end zone or the track on that side. Keegan Matchell with a great block downfield. It'll be good enough for a Melbourne first down. That Melbourne D-line's playing well, Coach.
Yeah, they got a first down, but that's just great defense. I mean, they're filling where they're supposed to fill, and
Melbourne shows blitz. Fatava hands off to Colley. Colley gains 6. 2nd and 4 for Heritage.
Colley's an old school dive back. He's
And
straight ahead.
you see him right there, Coach. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's move
he's
it.
straight ahead.
Oop. We got lights going out.
Yeah, we just lost.
We just lost power. Scoreboard went out.
Half the lights on the home side went out.
You want to get on the bus and go to Heritage?
We still got power.
Scoreboard is back on.
I saw a transformer blare over there.
Yeah, there's a big blue light over off in the distance to the southeast.
You didn't catch my joke, did you?
What? I'm sorry.
The power went out. I said, you want to go get on the bus and go to Heritage?
Dude, that's just wrong. You know what you're doing. One of these days, you're going to make me snap. I'm going to have a little cheat sheet in my pocket, and I'm going to pull it out, and it's going to have stats on it. It's going to have...
How you guys beat me my senior year, 47-15.
I'm going to have the years that you played, and I'm going to have the years that you coached. I'm going to have the win-loss records and all that. I'm going to be like, all right, Billy, let me share some stats with you. You can have your rain game.
All right, so quick little insurance read. Natwick Insurance. The team is ready to help you with your home insurance and any other personal or commercial insurance needs you may have. Natwick Insurance Incorporated is a trusted choice independent insurance agency that provides insurance solutions with personal service. Natwick Insurance Agency is blessed to serve Satellite Beach and the surrounding Florida communities by protecting the people they work with, just like they protect their own family members. If you're not thrilled with your current insurance company, contact Natwick Insurance today, 321-735-0381. Caleb, we got a full day of youth football tomorrow, all over the county. Titusville, Bayside, West Melbourne.
We even have Satellite Pop Warner.
Satellite Pop Warner. So, I mean, Brevard Sports Network will be everywhere. I don't know who's announcing what, but I know Allen will be at West Melbourne.
Yep. I will be at Titusville all day.
Caleb will be at Titusville, okay.
Jackson will be at Satellite part of the day. Chase will be in Bayside part of the day, and then come fill in for Jackson.
Okay.
The final 2 Bayside games, the 12 and 14U, because they're being played at 7 o'clock, will not be streamed.
Which games are those?
That's Bayside versus Coca.
Yeah,
12
okay.
and 14U. They're waiting to play those at 4 and 7 respectively.
We are still in a holding pattern, ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen. In concession stand has cheeseburgers.
There's a big game at Rhodes Park tomorrow, 5 o'clock.
Allen will have that call.
Brevard County 12U County Championship between the 7-0 West Melbourne Colts and 7-0 Vero Beach Indians.
My money's
Who's-
on you guys.
Who you picking in that game?
Can I say? Am I got to be like Kirk Herbstreit where
Coach Palmer?
I can't pick a team?
I don't know. Is that in your contract that you're not allowed to?
You're not calling it, so you can technically.
No, West Melbourne by 40.
Oof. Ouch. Goodness.
Got some good ribs, 60 slabs on the grill. Rhodes Park.
Why don't you tell us what you really think is going to happen? Jeez.
Electrician Daryl Duran, I believe, is located at Hooters at the moment. Says that's the biggest blue light he's ever seen in a transformer.
It was more than one, too. There was more than one blue flash.
If he would like to redeem himself, he would get these lights back on very quickly.
Don't taunt him. He'll jump in his truck and drive over there right now.
Daryl's been painting fields all week. He's been mowing the grass today. Coaching flag, I think. Coach Lockhart likes my prediction, I think.
at Bayside Kickoff Classic. Half this field's lit up. Let's play on this half of the field and continue this game.
Yeah, I think it's out equally on both sides.
There's enough light on the field. Let's go.
I think we're fine, honestly. I mean, this looks like Palm Bay's field. Palm Bay's lights are about this bright. Right, Billy?
Yep.
It's pretty dim over there. This ain't much worse than Palm Bay.
Well, I will tell you this, Blue. We could do like Patrick Air Force Base in the old days. Just line up all the cars.
Turn on the lights. Well, I know what will not happen. The cars will not drive onto the track with their lights.
No. The day and age of
new rubber track
of the Corvettes and Mustangs driving around the circle for homecoming are over.
Yeah. They got their rubber track.
You might get a golf cart, but no.
Well,
8:21 left in the first half. Heritage up 7-0. We're in a.
I guess we can bring it up, Billy, because
Nah,
the situation presents itself. I'm not going to talk about the past more than. Look at that look.
Tell me he's not mad at me.
Coach Grish, not happy. But back in the day, what was it, 2011?
Yep.
2011, we were at Bayside, Melbourne at Bayside, and one of the light stanchions went out. So the decision was made to get the Bayside football team on the Melbourne cheer and band buses, drive over to Melbourne and finish the game. So that brings us to where we're at right now. If they can get these lights back on, could we potentially get on buses and drive these teams over to Heritage to finish this football game? We've seen it before.
Here's the only thing. Is the field painted? Because when you come to Melbourne, the field's painted because it's turf.
Right. Good point.
Is the Heritage field painted?
They were not at home last week, and there was no JV game, I believe, last night. So potentially that would be a problem. Or even mowed.
That's gonna be a problem. I mean,
That
was the fortunate reason we were able to do that in 2011 for you guys to get on our band buses.
Yeah.
Is our field was turf.
Yeah. I want to say I was talking to somebody. I think it was your dad. I think he said we can't even get on the field. It's so long they haven't mowed it. So that might be an issue.
Carson Jackson with a shot. Thornton picked it off. Carson Jackson had a 7-yard run. We left Bayside 7-0, came here and finished the game 7-0.
Yeah.
The rain was coming down sideways.
I didn't want to talk about the game itself. I just wanted to reference the possibility of getting on them on buses and going and finishing the game.
You know where we can play, though? We can go to Rhodes Park.
Is Palm Bay? Where's Palm Bay tonight?
Oh, but Rhodes Park is painted.
I don't think Palm Bay's at home.
No, they're in Sebastian River.
There you go. Go down Babcock here.
Let's go neutral sites. Go to VR regional.
Billy, I honestly, I don't think this is that bad. I mean, I've seen where lights go out and you're like, yeah, you don't want to play a football game with that. But this isn't.
No, they're good. I mean, you got about 3 or 4 lights off on each one.
If I had one of those light meters that gauges light, I don't know what they're called, but I guarantee you it's not that much dimmer than Palm Bay.
We are going to attempt to turn off the visitor side lights and then turn them back on, and hopefully they will come back on.
All right, well, it's about to go pitch black because they're going to turn the lights off and turn them back on. So,
thank you for your patience. There's ice cream, Kona ice, and concession stand.
So find a seat and stay seated because it's about to get no lights here.
There's 130 people watching the delay here, Billy. That's impressive, huh?
This happened at Satellite too. But the thing about turning these lights off, they have to cool down.
Well, yeah, they're not the new and improved LED.
Are you
now
sure?
it looks like the night that Wilson made us come practice at midnight, 2009. You know what I mean? Half the lights were on.
Are you sure they didn't put LEDs in?
I don't think they're LEDs here.
They put LEDs in some of the other schools. They swapped them out.
Oh.
We'll find out here in a minute. If it takes 20 minutes for them to come back on, then.
Yeah. We had this happen at Merritt Island Baseball. The final out in extra innings in a playoff game.
Wow.
3-2 count. Noah Knight was at the plate. Lights go out on the final pitch.
Well, the first half was moving roughly quick.
Luke Stewart, it's a light meter. There's got to be a name for it, though. It's not called a light meter. It's called a something spectrometer, whatever. But he wouldn't know about that type of stuff, though. He is the Brevard County photographer.
Well, now we've turned into the flashlight like we're at a concert out here. You guys got any scores of any other games? Feel free to drop them in. I don't know what we got going on here, Coach.
Oh, that's what all the colleges do now. You have an app, and I'm sure they don't have that, but.
We just gonna play the flashlight game back and forth?
Yeah, there you go. I don't have my phone ain't gonna make it thanks to this delay.
We're gonna start singing. What do they sing at the Swamp?
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty here.
Won't back down. Everybody's got a semi-modern song now they're doing at the stadiums. At Michigan Stadium, they sing Mr. Brightside. Dang it, Daryl. Can I go one day without hearing about Taylor Swift? Daryl's a Swiftie. I think Daryl's a Swiftie. What do you think?
For sure. For sure.
She was country once, wasn't she?
Probably.
I think she started out country and then she went pop.
I don't know, but can we leave the NFL alone?
No, we have a delay. We have to keep the people
No, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let's
Sundays.
keep. Yeah, I don't need to see her when.
Every time Travis
something
Kelce
happens.
puts his pads on, she's there, right?
I mean.
Coach Grish might blame this on me because I'm wearing Heritage blue.
It's going to be in the rant.
Oh, it definitely is.
It'll be in the middle. It'll be sandwiched in between the lights went out. Billy wore royal blue to the field, stood on the Bulldog head, and something else. See, the Braves got knocked out last night.
Oh, that's probably
that's
it.
your fault too, by the way.
That's probably it.
Detroit has Eminem. I was never a big Eminem fan. I liked rap back in the day when I was younger, but I never got into Eminem.
Well, the kids are out here throwing the ball anyway, so might as well let them play.
No rain, beautiful night. Everything looking good. And then Billy wears royal blue on the dog head when the lights go out.
Just standing
Good
on the
job.
logo of my alma mater, making sure that all of the festivities that transpired over social media didn't transpire in the middle of the field. Got people on both sides of this, both programs. Coached a bunch of these kids, so I figured I would be the guy that would mediate it. But apparently wearing West Melbourne was a bad idea.
Yeah, you triggered the electrical system, and now we're
not playing
sitting
football.
here talking about Taylor Swift. Outstanding. Well done,
Friday
Ryan.
the 13th. That could be it too. I mean, it's
Now the coaches
I'll tell
are
you what
watching.
there is though.
Now the coaches are watching.
There's a lot of people standing around not doing anything to try to solve it. It sounds like there's a lot of walkie-talkie chatter.
The Bucks are wearing the creamsicle, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to get run around like they did when they wore the creamsicle. I grew up watching Barry Sanders run circles around Hardy Nickerson and the rest of the creamsicle gang, and I've envisioned that happening again tomorrow.
as a Bucks fan, I hope we lose.
The Coco game is on
We
Space
never
Coast
bring it
Daily.
back again.
It is not on Brevard Sports Network. Alan was not able to broadcast that. You'll have to go to Space Coast Daily to see the Coco Titusville game. Oh, the baseball lights are coming on. I mean, they've only taken 10, 15 minutes to come on.
We could go paint the baseball field. 10 yards, solid hash.
Hey, Daryl, do something useful and give me some scores of some other games, please. Coach Sands tuning in. The Commodores got Rockledge next week. Be a
That's
good
going to be a
matchup.
good one.
I can't say I would be hurt if the Commodores took the Raiders down. I would like to see that. O'Galley's had a great season.
I'd love to watch that game.
Yeah, Dale, unfortunately, I don't know how to get to play. I don't really know what to do to that.
Remember, fellas, we're going to have to do this again because they're doing this with the away. They're going to then try to do it with the home.
Oh, we got another 20, 30 minutes before we play football, if we can do it. Works great for me to have to be at the field at 6 a.m.
I'm not sure. Would they reschedule this for Saturday?
I don't know, Caleb. I really don't know.
Or would they wait and play Monday?
I mean,
It's happened before.
I've seen both. I remember when I was coaching here, we got a lightning delay and played Space Coast on Saturday morning. We played Satellite on Saturday morning. We played Port St. Lucie on a Monday night. You know, I don't know. As long as there's no SAT or ACT or anything tomorrow, that they probably could. Lucas, why don't you go get your smoothie while you can? Where's your dad at? Deputy Mayor Lucas Hunger.
Oh, I know who that is. First time I've ever seen him without a chicken wing in his hand, though. Oh, you're locked into 6 a.m. There it is.
Locked into 6 a.m. in Odie. I'm locked into 40 tomorrow night at 5. Well, baseball and softball have been turned on.
That's a good sign.
So we're going to try to turn these other ones on?
Those of you just tuning in recently, we had a power outage, a big blue light flash off in the southeast in the distance, and we lost about half of the lights on the home side, so they've turned off the visitor side lights, and they're going to try to kickstart them back up here and so we can play some football. So we're in a electrical light delay.
I mean, I've seen lightning, not here. I've seen where lightning's hit the pole, but not like this. Blue is just telling a story from 2011.
Oh, jeez. Roger Walker just tuned in, so
yeah, Roger Walker.
He doesn't want to hear that because
he hurdled the kid. He
hurdled the guy on the goal line because the kid dove at his feet. Roger didn't need to get very much vertical to hurdle the guy. It wasn't really a hurdle. He just stepped over a guy who dove at his ankles. They call it a hurdling penalty, and we didn't get inside the red zone the rest of the night. And
Coach Blue, I'm gonna make peace with you.
Impossible. You're gonna bring this up we're gonna be old men with walkers and wheelchairs, and you're gonna be talking about the 2011 Bayside Melbourne game. But go ahead, whatever.
No, I just won't bring it up anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. There has to be like a penalty or something if you do. You can't just say I won't talk about it anymore. But if you do, then
I gotta buy you dinner after the game.
hey, you know what? Though, to be honest with you, I kind of like it. Because yeah, I mean it brings a smile to your face that I don't see often. It's a different smile, just pure joy when you talk about it. So I don't want to withhold that joy from you. So go ahead.
Just a fun story, right?
Mind. Hey, listen, it's football. It's life. Things happen.
Well, the scoreboard just went out. Then back on. MCC up 13-0. Where'd you end up eating after our game last week? You told me you were going to someplace, I thought. Or maybe it was the other kids that said they were going to some seafood place.
No, I think we came back home.
We hit Four Rivers.
Michigan played at 7:30. They played for the Little Brown Jug, the oldest trophy in college football. So we had to get back to Palm Bay for the Michigan game. So I think we hit the drive-through and then.
Palm Bay just kicked off against Sebastian River due to a weather delay.
Wow. Thank you, Mike Moffitt, for that update.
Billy, we're going to mute.
All right, folks, we're going to go mute real quick, and then we'll be right back. As soon as we're good to go, we'll give you an update. All right, folks. Made some phone calls, got some information. They're going to give it a go. It looks like the visitor lights are coming back on. They turned the baseball and softball on to try to get some more light in here. From the sounds of it, both coaches wanted to go even without the lights, but the referees did not. But it looks like the visiting lights are starting to come back on. I don't think they're going to touch the home lights. They look okay. So better than having to play tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Thank God.
They're going to come back on and be okay.
I love it. That's priceless. I should have took a picture of that look. That'd have been the best picture ever. Hey, Billy, you want to coach an all-star game?
All-star game?
Yeah.
What we got?
Brevard County North-South Senior All-Star game.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a head coach for the South and a head coach for the North.
The high school guys don't want to do it?
Swinging and missing.
High school guys don't want to do it?
Swinging and missing. I got a guy lined up maybe for the South.
What's the reason that most of these coaches don't want to do it?
A couple of them are going to be in playoff runs.
Okay.
Potentially very deep.
When's the game?
Don't know yet.
Okay.
Hopefully here.
You know what you should do?
It's in talks to be here again. They hosted last year and it was great, except for the weather.
You should bring it back like they did back in the day.
What's that?
The 14U division played an all-star game right before the high school game, 5:30 and 7:30.
Hey. Now you're talking. Let me lock in the high school game first, and then we'll add on.
High school coaches would love that.
That'd be a great night at the field, man. I think I have a South coach. I know I don't have a North coach yet, but Corey Broomfield organized everything last year, and then he left, and we sponsored it, so it kind of falls on my lap to try to
bring it back.
Just make sure it keeps going. I mean, COVID kind of screwed it up there for a while, and we got it going again last year, and now we got to keep it going, man. It's huge.
Yeah, I know for a while there it was, I want to say up until 2009, the 14U played under the lights right before the high school one.
And then they did a Treasure Coast, Space Coast for a couple years before
coached in that
COVID.
One. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're back, Coach.
Play some football.
Forgot who had the ball. I think it's Heritage first, second, and looks like 2nd and 4 for Heritage. 8:21 left in the first half.
If you're just joining us, it's 7-0 Heritage. Heritage scored on a, 70-yard?
A 65-yard touchdown.
65-yard touchdown pass from Joe Tenta to Alexander.
We're here playing ball. Second and 4 for the Panthers. Tennant's going to take the snaps, going to hand off to Benson up the middle. First down, Heritage.
Like a little split zone there. First down, Heritage. Season's flying by, ain't it?
We in week 7 already?
Middle October.
First and 10, Heritage on the Melbourne 29-yard line. Handoff up the middle of Benson. Johnny Wright is right there. Great play by the senior linebacker after a gain of 2.
You see that little stem there by the nose? I'm surprised. I've always been surprised the defenses don't do that more often. Offensive linemen are going to go down into their stance. They look at the defensive line. They look at the technique of the guy in front of them. And in their mind, they're like, all right, I'm down blocking this guy, or I'm going to work up to this linebacker and chip off the double, whatever. And then when that defensive lineman moves right before the snap, you've got that offensive lineman thinking about, all right, now I'm not doing that, and then hut. And I'm just surprised that more defensive lines don't stem like that pre-snap.
All it takes is to get caught one time, and you're like, ugh. Tenta drops back to pass.
What a pass.
He's got a man in the middle of the field.
Ooh,
incomplete.
That was a great – he dropped the diamond there.
Coach, a lot of action to the short side, to the boundary there. He had 3 or 4 receivers on that side of the field.
Yeah, we've seen Heritage a couple times go trips to the boundary and come back to the wide side of the field with something.
3rd and 9 for Heritage. Senior Joseph Tenta bringing the offense to the line of scrimmage. Trips bunch set tight. Tenta sends a man in motion. That's going to be Monroe. Tenta's going to pitch it outside. That's Tayshawn Benson. Breaks that tackle. Brought down to the 16-yard line. Brought down by Johnny Wright. Coach Seafat of the O'Galley Commodores tuning in. Much needed bye week for the Commodores. Again, Coach, they're having a great season.
Yeah, that D-line is ridiculous. I would not want to have to prepare for a game against that D-line.
7-0 Heritage, 5:55 left in the first half. 1st and 10 on the Melbourne 17-yard line. This drive brought to you by J.T. Andrews Building and Remodeling. They are in the American Air and Plumbing red zone. Handoff Benson left side. Vatava and Wright there to make a tackle.
Great job on defense there.
Gain of 2. 2nd and 8.
O'Galley principal Keith Barton joining the broadcast. He was here at Melbourne for quite a while. Defensive coordinator at Palm Bay before that.
Cocoa Beach principal.
Head track coach at Palm Bay. And the master of the grill, I have to throw in there also.
Barton's Barbecue.
The Melbourne people miss him and his grill work.
2nd down for Heritage.
2nd and 8 for the Heritage Panthers. Tenta takes a snap. Tenta's going to throw quick. That's T.J. Monroe. Makes a man miss.
Close to the goal line.
Touchdown.
He got a little.
Well, we got flags all over the field.
There was a little brotherly shove there, down there on the goal line.
Coach Ramos says, "What's up?"
Hey, Big Marquise. That dude's got like a 17 shoe.
I'll tell you what, O'Galley's got half. They got a bunch of FAMU guys on their staff. Bunch of ball players, man. They were all good football players.
I haven't seen Marquise since, man, it's been forever. Talk about a nice guy.
All right, so 2 penalties against Heritage.
Yeah, the near side guy signal touchdown.
That's a 30-yard penalty.
So they're saying they didn't score?
They called it a helmet-to-helmet during the play. Then they called a dead ball personal foul.
Helmet-to-helmet on Heritage?
On Heritage.
The receiver?
I believe it was on the O-lineman coming to clean up.
Wow, that's quite a turn of events right there. You go from
It's 2nd and long for the Panthers
potential touchdown to
from their 34.
So 2nd down and Vero Beach for the Heritage Panthers. Tenta drops back.
screen. Good job by the defender.
Johnny Wright sat on that
51. Good job reading screen. Not only did he read it, but then you got to tackle Tayshawn Benson. That's not easy in open field.
I think Coach Panucci saw that one coming. He was signaling something to him.
Yeah. Well, you know, long yardage situations are always typical screen.
Yep. So 3rd down and Fort Pierce for Heritage. They just lost another 20 miles there, so now we're not in Vero Beach anymore.
What a huge stand here for the Melbourne Bulldogs.
Matava's going to blitz off the edge. Nope, he drops back. Tenta's looking. They're going to throw it deep. He's got a man. Oh, pass broken up by the senior, number 15, Tyler Berger.
That was great recovery by the DB right there. He did have him. He had him beat deep, but great recovery. Tenta's going to be the punter here. Unfortunately, Heritage lost their punter kicker.
Matava deep for Melbourne. Tenta's going to sky kick that one.
Out of bounds at the 19. Huge stand for Melbourne. Huge. 3:28 left in the first half. Ball's on the goal line, signal touchdown, and then it's 2nd and 30-something.
A long way to go, that's for sure.
Melbourne offense hasn't been on the field in, 45 minutes?
Yeah. 1st and 10, Bulldogs on their own 17-yard line. Padala in the gun. Takes snap, throws a quick outside. That's Keani Collins. He's going to gain 7.
That's a great play right there.
Yep.
Take what they give you.
Collins on the reception makes it 2nd down for Melbourne.
Second and 3 for the Bulldogs. Melbourne and coach, they are milking the clock. Padala takes a snap, throws it quick again to Collins. Gain of 8, first down Melbourne.
That's a first down.
Just make sure you don't take too much time, right? You don't want to end up inside the 10, and you got to make a decision on first down.
Nonetheless, huh? First and 10, Melbourne on their own 37-yard line. Padala in the gun. He's going to take the snap. Padala's got to roll right. Throws it in between 2 receivers.
Yeah,
incomplete.
That's going to be the extent of his time. That's about as long as he's going to have to stand in the pocket and make a decision. That offensive line's doing a good job for Melbourne up front, but you only have a limited amount of time. So it was a good job of him getting out of there.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on the tent. Not much we can do about it. There is a training table underneath it. Other than that, I don't know what its purpose is to be on the field right now, but not much we can do about the tent. It does annoy me as well, but second and 10 for Melbourne. 2:24 left in the first half. Padala takes the snap, hands off to Daly up the middle. Conrad Bryant's right there. Nowhere to go. He'll pick up 1. 3rd and 9 for Melbourne. Matava has checked into the game. Melbourne lines up an empty, Coach. 3rd and 9. Padala's going to throw it out quick to intended for number 22. Waivatawa. Throw was a little high. Good job by Devin McDonald over there pulling it up, not taking a shot.
Yeah, he's a senior. He knows better. He's playing through some pain, too. He's a tough dude.
He looks like Duke University's middle linebacker right now. That's what he looks like. 4th and 9 for Melbourne. They are back to punt.
Minute 35 left in the half.
Nice punt.
Get away. I don't know why people do that.
All the way down to the 3-yard line. Great punt by Melbourne.
I tell you what, that punter right now.
Melbourne's player of the game.
He's the player of the game. I mean, the rugby kick on the sideline, knowing he was going to take a shot and still got to kick off. I mean, that's huge.
Marching bands. You hustle down the concession, you can get back to seeing 3 great performances. Melbourne football would like to thank Reddit.
The punt is such a great weapon.
Get fired up. Thank you for your continued support of Melbourne High School.
You know, back in the day, they used to punt on 1st and 2nd down.
You might see a punt on 1st down tomorrow. We might win the coin toss and then punt. We got a statement to make. 1st and 10, Heritage on their own 3-yard line. Tenta in empty. Oh, I'm sorry. There was a back there. That's Benson right down the middle of the field. Punishing the defenders down to the 25-yard line. 1st down, Heritage.
A little delayed handoff there.
I didn't even see him. I thought they were in empty. Heritage in the quick no huddle. Tenta takes a snap, throws it out to Alexander. Great tackle by senior Keati Collins.
He's got to get out of bounds.
Timeout, Heritage.
Coaches are not going to be happy with that.
Coach, what game was it? Was it the Merritt Island game that he had a chance to get out of bounds and he did?
Before the half, yep.
Timeout on the field with 59 seconds left in the first half.
I'm just glad we're playing football, man. I was worried there for a minute. We had the lights out. If you're just joining us recently, we had the lights out for at least, what, half an hour?
Yeah, at least, yep.
And we weren't sure if we were going to be able to get this game in tonight, but thank God it came back on and we're playing football. It's a great game.
Caleb didn't want to have to come here at 1 o'clock tomorrow by himself and run the camera and announce.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's nothing that I don't do for youth football.
Second and 8 for Heritage. 59 seconds left in the first half. Tenta's going to hand off up the middle. Benson makes one-man miss. Benson's fighting forward to the 42. Down. First down, Heritage.
That'll stop the clock until the box is set.
Tenta's going to take a snap. Throws a quick to Alexander. Brought down inbounds by Wyatt Vatava.
Well covered by Melbourne there. They had it, the hitch covered. They had the vert covered.
Timeout, Heritage. This timeout brought to you by American Air and Plumbing. 39 seconds left in the first half.
Heritage kind of called the play right into Melbourne's defense right there. They had a corner squat on the hitch, and they had the safety over the top. You know, in this day and age, recently, the prevent defense has kind of gone the way of the dodo lately. You know, you've seen a couple games, especially on Saturdays, where guys are running around downfield, and you're like, where in the world, how do you get behind a secondary knowing that they have one play to score? You know, it's crazy.
West Virginia last night. Houston throws a Hail Mary.
How about the West Virginia touchdown before the Hail Mary?
Agreed, yeah.
I mean, there was less than, 30 seconds left or something when he.
2nd and 9 for Heritage. 10 is going to take the snap. Throws it. Got Monroe right down the middle of the field. Down to the 33. 32 seconds
probably
left.
Going to spike it here. Nope.
Tenta takes the snap. Throws a quick to I.J. Cordero. Incomplete.
It's not there. They're sitting on it.
Sebastian up 3-0 over Palm Bay. 1 minute left until halftime.
I mean, what you do now is you pump and go that hitch.
Yep.
If they're going to sit on it like that.
This drive brought to you by American Air and Plumbing.
Or post wheel it. You know, slant wheel. The safety's going to run with 2, and they're going to sit on that hitch, a slant wheel or a pump and go.
Tenta takes the snap. Going to throw this one deep. He throws it up. Incomplete. We're going to have pass interference by Melbourne.
There's a flag in the backfield, too. He's might offset unless they roughed the quarterback. Pass interference, defense, holding, offense, penalties offset, and you got 19 seconds.
It's my favorite part of the game when the fans let the referees know what the calls are. Because they can hear them, right? Right, Caleb?
So you're saying when I'm screaming at my television on Saturdays, the refs can't hear me? Is that what you're saying?
No, Jim Harbaugh cannot hear you.
I don't yell at Jim. That's coach. But the refs can't hear me? Man.
Timeout, Melbourne.
What are you talking about, Billy?
I don't yell at Mike Norvell.
Not anymore you don't, because you guys are in the top 10.
Oh, yeah. It was rough.
You had one of those foam bricks, though, on your end table, I guarantee you.
I would.
I
take that back. I would like for Florida State to stop taking a deep shot to Wilson and Coleman every dang play they throw the ball. No slot receiver does anything for Florida State. Tight end does nothing for Florida State. And it's going to bite us in the butt. But the good news is we're not the Gators.
They're saving it. They're saving it. They're saving it for the big game.
19 seconds left.
Man, you got 2 stud outside guys with Coleman and.
Oh, there's a. Oh, we do. I think Wilson might be out, but We're about to see a stud receiver right here for the Heritage Panthers going to go deep here. You know it's coming. He checks in the game. It's straight fade ball.
Well, there's a safety over the top. If they put a slot receiver inside of him, it'll occupy the safety. But right now, that corner's got safety help over the top. Big sack.
Big sack. Heritage is going to take their last time out.
It's going to be third and 12, third and 13. Huge sack. Melbourne defense playing great football tonight. Great football.
You know what's weird for me? Is it might be the first one I've been to. But after watching my dad coach here at Melbourne for 13 years, and I'm just watching him on the other sideline of Heritage, it just don't look right.
It's because you're a Melbourne Bulldog.
I know he's been there for 3 or 4 years.
You don't want to see
but
that. Listen, I get it.
It just. I mean, he's over there calling timeout, giving the quarterback a play. It just don't look right.
You're a homer. It's all good. I'm glad he's happy.
Third and 12 for Heritage, 10 seconds left.
False start.
Alexander left early. 5-yard penalty.
I think he looked like he might have been going corner there.
That's the second or third false start on him specifically.
Yeah, that is the third one, and you're right, Caleb, on him. Third offsides penalty today. False start penalty. Panucci telling the DBs to just back up. Incomplete. 6 seconds left. It'll be 4th down.
Take a shot.
I think what he was trying to get there, coach, was a back shoulder throw to get to first, or at least somewhat, and get out of bounds. And then, who's number 5 now that Judah Knight is out? Season-ending surgery.
Number 5 is Andrew Young.
Okay, not sure who that is. Oh, they're going to kick a field goal.
That's a 41. That's a 58. That's a 58-yard field goal.
Holy cow. If I'm Wyatt Vitava, I'm standing on the 1-yard line and catching this thing.
Can't bring it out, though, right? Like the kickoff?
Can you catch it on the 1, though, if it doesn't cross?
Yeah, if you catch it on the 1, yeah. So he kicked a 55-yarder with the wind in his back.
At practice.
The first time he ever kicked a football. That's what legend holds.
I'll be impressed if he makes a 58.
58. This is 58. 41 and 17.
Because you know what I want to be telling him? Son, play all the soccer you want, but we're going to go find you a school to play football. I think Clemson was here to watch Adam Cassay. He might leave back with him. Because Clemson, their kicker couldn't kick a field goal against Florida State. So.
Well, they brought him out of Wall
they
Street
might be bringing him out of high school here.
Right.
Graduate early, young man. Come see me in January.
I think was that your game?
Yeah, Florida State game.
Clemson they would have tied you?
They would have won. They would have won ahead by 3.
They would have been up by 3. Well, here we go. The wind is slightly in his face.
Holy cow.
Ooh.
Just short, but that's a heck of an attempt.
55 yards, yeah.
Halftime, Heritage 7, Melbourne 0. We'll be back. I think Caleb's going to bring you the bands, and then we'll be back for second half.
Their show this evening is titled Upside Down and will feature music from the Netflix TV show Stranger Things.
Okay. 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 What was that?
Drum majors, is your band ready? You may begin your show.
They'll figure it out.
back for second half action in just a few minutes.
All right, welcome back to the second half here at Melbourne High School, Tom McIntyre Stadium. If you have any score updates, feel free to drop them in.
For their sponsoring of tonight's game. Thank you for all that you do for Bulldog football.
Looking to see if we can get some scores here. Looks like MCC's up 7-0 over Holy Trinity.
The Melbourne cheerleaders would like to thank
I'm sorry, it's 20-7 MCC over Holy Trinity.
Orion 180 Insurance Services, Piper's Angels Foundation, Platinum Nail Spa, Florida Soft Water.
Billy, we were just treated to an amazing performance by both bands.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, I'm not a guy that's ever really watched a band, and that's not a knock on the bands, but typically we're in a locker room at halftime, and that was pretty good. Two different completely styles, too.
Two completely styles, but I'm telling you, man, I don't know a lot about bands either, but, I mean, it'd be hard to get any better than that. Holy cow.
Heritage takes a lot of the HBCU style.
I mean, we had electric guitar. That was pretty cool.
I hear you play a mean electric guitar. Or is that Guitar Hero? I got mixed up.
No, I stepped up from Guitar Hero and actually got a real guitar so I could play with Brady because he's got a drum set. And I play cover tune riffs.
Okay.
I'm good for riffs, but now I could put the riffs together and do like a 10-minute riff session.
So we got the Michigan Blue Band going on at your house.
But I got to turn the amp up so loud because Brady hits the drum so hard. He's a maniac. He's like Animal from the Muppets. Remember Animal?
Okay.
That's Brady on the
So
drums.
you're going to be buying a new drum soon?
No, man. I don't know. I guess the technology has stepped up. He wails on those things, and they're holding up.
All right, this kickoff brought to you by Natwick Insurance and P2K Hydro Excavating. Kick's going to go out of bounds at the 15. If you're Heritage Blue, do you make them kick over?
No.
No?
No.
Get your offense on the field as soon as possible?
Yeah. You end up with decent field position with the kick going out of bounds. That's always dangerous, so you know that ball's going out of bounds. If that thing checks up, that's a live ball. The sideline on a kickoff is always tricky.
It is. Coach, I don't know what I smell, but it smells good.
I told you. I caught a whiff of it. Now I don't want a hot dog. Coach Tim Baker joining the broadcast. What's up, Bake? It's a good game going on here.
I was telling Coach Baker about me and you talking about him last week or 2 weeks ago whenever he was at the field. Handoff goes up the gut. That's A.J. Hunter.
What did he say? He didn't hear it?
He just laughed and said he hoped there were no bad ones. Second and 5 after the 5-yard gain.
Melbourne defense played an outstanding first half, -1 play.
Yeah, it was one play, is all it was. Tenta's going to hand off A.J. Hunter. Breaks the tackle to the 50. First down, Heritage.
Great run there. North-south.
Heritage up to the 49-yard line. We have first down for the Panthers.
Heritage coming right at you. Two-back set here. Ooh, good tackle.
Nice tackle by number 15, Kyle Berger.
Short gain for Heritage.
Gain of 4.
That one hurt a little bit. I think there might have been a conversation at halftime with Heritage where they said, you know what, we're just going to go right at them. Another two-back set here.
Benson takes the snap, hands off Hunter. Great
what a
stick by
play.
Wyatt Vitavo.
Bulldog defense hit the ball carrier.
Came down in the edge and nobody accounted for him. Totally unblocked in the backfield. Somebody's got to notice that and say something. Whether it be the tackle, the quarterback, one of the backs.
Coach Wild will come sticky now.
Big 3rd down and 6.
Cocoa up 28-3 over Titusville. Tenta throws a slant. I.J. Cordero makes a man miss. He's off to the races.
RPO.
Touchdown, Heritage.
That sets up. Suck him in, suck him in, suck him in, and then boom. Great throw, great catch. Great counter to the run. That's tough. They're hitting you for 5, 6 yards, 7 yards of carry, and then you start creeping in, and then boom, they hit you with the RPO. Extra points good. 14-0 Heritage with 9:23 left in the 3rd. It's hard to stop a good slant one-on-one, Coach.
Coach, and IJ was out the gates.
You like to have help from a linebacker. You get an outside linebacker or a middle linebacker to drop hook curl, help you out on the slant, but they're lulling you to sleep with the run up the gut. You get that linebacker to step up on the run, and that slant's wide open. Wow, that's quite a score. Rockledge 44, Satellite 0.
Board problems. They never stop. 9:23 left in the 3rd quarter, and that one's
smoked.
Coach, that was a missile.
That kid's got a foot.
Coach, I don't know who number 10 is on Melbourne, but I've watched him twice grab a kid by the face mask on kick return. And again, Coach, Melbourne's defense has been great, minus 2 plays.
That's right. All right, let's see if Melbourne can answer here.
Padala takes a snap, throws it quick. They got the old hook and ladder. It's going to be a fumble.
You knew you were going to see it. It was just a matter of when.
Yes.
Bulldogs to the 30-yard line.
I love the play personally because you don't practice, you practice pursuit drill with a rabbit running down the sideline. You don't practice a lateral drill to defend a lateral drill ever. So
what's funny is, Lyle coaches with me at West Melbourne, and I've been giving him a hard time because we ran it in 7-on-7 Skelly against the seniors the other day. Padala looking.
Oof. That's Devin McDonald.
He's got to get rid of that.
That's number 7, Devin McDonald. And he's playing through some pain. He's tough, man. He's a big dude, and he gets on you quick, and sometimes you're not ready.
I just kind of watched the live feed, but the replay for us, and Devin was nice on that hit. 3rd down and 3 for Melbourne.
Big 3rd down here.
Going to throw it out wide. That's Craig Bowles.
Oh, what a play.
Brought down by Tayshawn Benson. It's going to be close to a 1st down. They're going to call him a yard short.
They had the right guy in the right spot to defend that. They almost had them out leveraged there, but 12 can make up some ground in a hurry.
Coach, the Melbourne punter's been great tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And then, oh.
Heritage able to fall on the ball at the 48.
Heritage will start a drive at the 50.
Looks like Samuels was down for a second, so 1st and 10 Heritage on the 50-yard line.
Linda Gallion joining the broadcast. Super mom, super booster president, super everything out at Heritage for a period of time. Hope you're doing well.
Tenta went to hand it off. Quarterback went the other way. He's going to be he's going to slide.
That's smart. He's taken enough shots in his life. He finally figured it out.
I'll let you get away with that one. You're too dang big to be sliding. Lower your shoulder.
It's a long season. He lowered his shoulder in the first quarter and limped off, remember? Fumbled the ball.
Well, that's because 51 told him to get in the weight room.
Take your 5 yards and live to fight another day.
Tenta takes the snap. It's going to hand off Benson. Benson's looking for some room. We're going to get a horse collar there.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the 3rd time I've seen a guy's hand around his.
That was Johnny Wright on the tackle.
I mean, he's hard to tackle. You just grab whatever you can grab when he's running by you, you know?
Penalty goes against the Bulldogs. It'll be 1st down for Heritage.
Melbourne needs a big stand here. Do not want to go down 3 scores.
First and 10 Heritage on the Melbourne 26-yard line. Handoff Benson right side. Benson got a big hole. Down to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal Heritage. We have reached the Natwick Insurance red zone. Bo Bartlett tuning in.
Ran a little tug there. You take the right tackle and wrap him up inside. Kick out the end. You got Bo Bartlett? How did I not see Bo Bartlett? Maybe he's not my friend.
Maybe you're not friends on Facebook.
Oh, man.
It's kind of messed up.
It is messed up. It hurt my feelings.
Handoff Benson, nowhere to go. Great
Well
job by
played.
Melbourne.
Yep.
That's 66 and 30. 60 and 33 of Melbourne.
Now you've had a couple runs now.
I do not see a 60 on the roster, and 33 is Tyler Gagnon.
You've had a couple runs now. Do we see an RPO? Sebastian 3, Palm Bay 0 in the 3rd quarter.
I did not expect that one.
Well, Sebastian's 4-2.
They're in the Sunshine State Athletic Conference. Aren't they independent?
Yeah, but they might be, but they're still playing.
They're playing good football.
Regular.
Here's your
opponents.
RPO.
There's
Keegan
RPO
Matchell wide
for a
open.
touchdown.
Flag on the play.
Ineligible receiver.
Yeah.
Ineligible receiver. That one's going to come back.
Yeah. That was pretty quick. That ball got out quick. That wasn't on Joe.
I'm only saying this because his dad's standing next to us, but man, Heritage O-line looks like they're about 6'3", 6'4", and then you got Ryan, that's 5'2". He didn't hear me.
Penalty is going to bring Heritage back to the 13. Official timeout on the field.
Official timeout, water break. American Air and Plumbing, Brevard's go-to pros for Florida Tough AC and plumbing services, and proud sponsor of the Brevard Sports Network, Florida Tough Player of the Month. Trust American Air and Plumbing for fast AC repairs or rugged AC systems like the Florida Edition. Built to withstand our brutal Florida climate or the revolutionary Daikin AC with rebates up to $1,800 and warranties up to 12 years. AmericanAirandPlumbing.com, serving Brevard since 1942.
Melbourne's got to find something here. They need a big play out of somebody here to turn this ball over.
Not that Melbourne is here for moral victories, but they did a great job in the first half.
Oh, absolutely.
Compared
that defense
to
was
the
lights
social
out.
media talk, what everybody expected, the running clock, 35-42 nothing third quarter, and then we're far from that.
Yeah. Yeah, the defense was lights out. Minus the long touchdown pass.
Tenta's going to hand off right side Benson. Benson makes a cut down to the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal for Heritage.
That's where Benson gets real nasty, is when they run any kind of zone where they stretch out the line and open up gaps, and he's got a choice where he can stick his foot in the ground and make that shallow cut and explode. That's where Benson is real nasty in the run game.
3rd down for the Panthers from the 4.
Look at this guy. I was defending it.
Heritage facing a 4th and 1.
Blue, I missed that one. What we have here?
Yeah, we got distracted. Fourth and 1.
Make some noise for the defense.
Well, Joseph Tenta's under center. Do you think we might get a sneak?
The brotherly shove. No.
Tayshawn Benson
Tayshawn
in.
Benson walks in for a touchdown.
Touchdown for the Panthers.
We got a flag on the play? We do.
Um,
We do got one on the 1-yard line here on the near side.
It's on Heritage. He's pointing.
No flag.
No flag, touchdown.
No flag. It's a touchdown for the Panthers.
All right, well, that makes it 20-0. Can he hit the scoreboard?
I was wondering that myself. I mean, Coach, he's sending missiles.
Yeah, that
He's not making good contact at all, but he's just
Left to play in the 3rd quarter. It's
that powerful.
21 and your Melbourne Bulldogs 0.
that's a boot. Now the challenge for the Melbourne staff is to keep these guys heads in the game, keep them fighting.
People have been looking for you.
Who's that?
The guy that wanted a smoothie that films.
If you drive a black Mitsubishi Lancer, license plate 17DIDR. Once again, license plate 17DIDR. Black Mitsubishi Lancer.
Caleb, is that your car?
You are in a fire lane. and
You might want to go get your car. It sounds like it's getting towed.
Move your car, or it will be moved for you for a small, unreasonable fee.
4:57 here left in the 3rd quarter.
Bulldogs set to receive the kick.
Wyatt Vatava is deep. Durfus is over there. Patala's going to receive this one. He's going to make a couple guys miss down to the 27-yard line. Melbourne takes over 1st and 10. Nice return by Waivatava, the junior athlete for the Bulldogs. Craig Bowles catches that one. Mikey Willis and Kevaris Cohen on the tackle for Heritage.
Bowles on the reception.
Second and 5 for Melbourne. Padala throws a quick screen and nowhere to go. Mikey Willis there again for Heritage.
Into the boundary, not a lot of room over there.
Third down for Melbourne.
I mean, there's just not a lot of holes against this Heritage defense.
No.
And they close so fast. Melbourne desperately needs a first down here. A little confusion by the Melbourne receivers on getting lined up.
Padala takes a snap. Nowhere for Padala to go. Conrad Bryant and Connor Robinson sack the quarterback.
Fourth down for Melbourne.
That defensive line for Heritage is a lot to handle. Very difficult to reach those guys.
Yep. Alexander scored, IJ Cordero scored, and Tayshawn Benson scored. What in the world? J.R. Samuel's going to return this one. He's got a big hole. Ooh, and the great tackle by the punter. Nice return by the sophomore.
Again, if you drive a Mitsubishi Lancer, never mind, thank you. You got the message, your cars are being moved.
And you got to pay to get back in once you get towed, right? The big no re-entry sign. First and 10, Heritage on the Melbourne 24-yard line. Tenta sends a man in motion, throws a quick out. That's Alexander, makes a man miss. Brought down after a 6-yard gain.
Matchups. Get matchups. You like your matchup, that's the guy you go to.
He's got speed. Tenta takes a snap. He's going to hand off Benson. Benson's going to stretch it to the outside. He's got the speed. He's going to be in. Touchdown, Heritage. His second one of the night. Coach, he's limping too. I think he just fell in that corner of that end zone.
Hopefully it's just a cramp. That's one guy they absolutely cannot afford to lose. You never want to see the best in the business sprinting across the field to take care of somebody.
Doc Luna.
Yeah.
Uncle Rique, as we called him when he was a trainer at Melbourne.
Coach Nate Birch tuning in.
He got a big one tomorrow afternoon.
You're making it sound like it's going to be a fun night out at
It's going to be a
Park.
great night at Rhodes Park tomorrow. Biggest game of the season thus far on the schedule in the 12U division, 5 o'clock.
You keep going back to the 12U. Do you have a? It seems like he has a preference for the 12U for some reason.
A guy once told me it's rings or ribbons. You pick.
Benson is up and
yes,
being assisted
Merritt
off
Island
the
has
field.
scored on Heritage. Heritage has been scored on. I think they got 3 or 4 shutouts maybe.
Well, they lost Oviedo.
Yeah.
That was one heck of a game.
They gave up enough points against Oviedo for the whole season.
Compared to all the other games.
Good to see Tayshawn Benson up, walking around.
Yeah. Hopefully he's just cramped.
New kicker in for Heritage. Kick is up and good.
Mosquitoes. Those jokers were going crazy this week. Leon, I heard you disowned Dak Prescott. Was that a rumor, or was somebody hack your Facebook, or what?
I mean, I think it might have been Leon. The way I heard he acts like Dak in the living room while the game's going on. So then he put his helmet on backwards because, I mean, he just started throwing things at TV looking like Dak trying to throw downfield. Heritage up 28-0, 1:22 left in the third quarter.
Hey, if it gets bad enough, Leon, I have an old brown paper bag with the eye holes cut out from my Lions childhood. I will loan it to you if things get
Is it still considered as the Cowboys' year?
Dude, they're so up and down. It's crazy. It's crazy how good they can look. I mean, their defense, what was it, week 1? Scored 40 points of fantasy.
Heritage set to kick off to Melbourne, Batava deep. Coach, he just effortlessly kicks that thing 65 yards in there.
It's a weapon. I mean, you think about it, when you don't have a kicker, you're squibbing it, kicking ground balls, and the other team's starting the ball, 30, 35, 40-yard line every single drive. But you make somebody go 80 yards, the percentages when you have to go 80 yards is huge compared to when you go 60 yards.
Coach, I can't help but notice things are starting to get chippy on the field.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
This drive brought to you by Natwick Insurance and P2K Hydro Excavating. Padala's dropped back, throws it wide
Down
open,
in.
and tackled by Kivaros Cohen.
Had time to throw a crosser there. That was good protection up front to give him time to let that guy come free across the field.
Coach Blue, you keep saying like the Lions, are they good? I mean, I didn't pay attention. Are they undefeated or 3-1, 4-1? What's going on?
They got one loss. They lost to the Seahawks at home in overtime, but they look really good.
So Jared Goff is better than he was in L.A.
Well, I mean, Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl with L.A. He was the #1 overall pick, so he is a good quarterback. But Sean McVay kind of
he's doing what Matt
gave up on
Stafford
him.
couldn't?
No, Matt Stafford didn't have the crew around him that Goff does.
Okay. Handoff up the middle. Breaks the tackle. Finally wrapped up by Devin McDonald. 40 seconds left in the third quarter.
Now, Stafford had Calvin, had Megatron, but nothing else, okay? Brad Holmes comes over as the GM from the LA Rams, and that guy can draft. I mean, he drafts guys that are impact players in year one as rookies. I mean, they traded Swift away to Philly because they brought in Gibbs, you know. They're plug and play. They bring Montgomery in, who nobody thought he was going to be a stud in Detroit because he wasn't great in Chicago, and look at him. Brad Holmes,
Coach
GM.
Burton says you're doing a great job announcing until you talked about the Lions. Handoff left side, gain of 2, going to bring up 3rd and 5 from Melbourne. Coach Odie says go Fins. I think they're a lot like the Cowboys, aren't they?
The Finns are fine as long as Tua stays healthy, I think.
Into the quarter here, Melbourne trails Heritage 28-0. We'll be back after a quick break. We'll be back live. We're over here singing Tom Petty, Caleb.
Yes.
Gotcha. The Seminoles singing the Gator song.
Fourth after a 3-yard loss. Coach Kentai is not happy here.
Nope.
Neither are the moms around us.
And he got another flag on Kentai. I'm assuming that's an ejection? 2?
I believe so.
Well, it looks like we had a late hit on Heritage player. At least Melbourne thought was a late hit.
And it wasn't called.
It wasn't called. We have 2 penalties on the head coach of Melbourne. We got an injured Melbourne player. We got all kinds of crazy fans. And it's quiet as could be. James McDonald has an offer by Coastal Carolina.
And he's playing hurt.
Yeah, I don't.
He's toughing it out, man. I'm telling you.
I don't think shaking the hands would be a good idea after this game.
I don't know what you're talking about. There is nothing bad that could happen from a simple handshake.
Yeah. Well, Heritage showed up and danced on the logo, so that's strike one.
I'm just going to say this. I don't, if I get in trouble for it, it is what it is. Coach Kintai's fighting for his guys. He's got a guy down. He's emotional. I don't know if those flags are deserved. I mean, as a referee, you've got to have some thick skin. I guarantee you that Dave Kintai is not cussing them out or talking about their.
They waved one off.
That's good, because you got to give the guy a little bit of slack, because he's just fighting for his guys, and the referees need to have a little bit thicker skin than that, in my opinion. The guy doesn't need to be sitting a game because. So anyway, I'm glad they picked one up.
I just like that the parents just continue to yell like they're listening to them. Melbourne set the punt.
Punter doing everything he can just to get it off with pressure in his face. Gets a good turf bounce. Turns out being a great punt.
First and 10 Heritage at their own 36-yard line.
11:23 left in the game. Hopefully nothing negative happens between now and then.
Coach Blue, gotta love it, right? I mean, if you're Melbourne, you can't be mad at Heritage. I mean, whatever, Heritage may have committed a so-called penalty that wasn't called, but it's not their job to throw a flag. Not sure what happened. We got a 5-yard penalty on Melbourne. Offsides.
Yeah. They were lined
First
up
and 5.
offsides.
Alexander takes snap. It's going to be a front jet toss there. Alexander all the way down to the Melbourne 39-yard line. Big gain.
Got a Heritage player down.
Didn't see who it was.
69.
Yep.
That's on page 2. Hang on a minute. That is Desan Lorenzen. Hopefully Desan gets up and.
Desan Barnes.
Billy?
James Lorenzen, but it was Desan Barnes.
Billy?
Hmm?
I need to get my prescription updated. I got to choose the vision plan. I didn't choose the vision plan last year when I switched jobs, so.
Mike, while I'll agree, I'm sure you know exactly who they are.
Blue, we even made this bigger for you than
I know you did, Caleb. I appreciate it. And I still can't read it. I need a ruler.
I'm not sure Blue's good at vertical reading. He's better at lateral reading.
I need a ruler. Then I put the ruler. Hey, I got props for my ad reading that one night.
You're really good at it.
You told me I was good at that.
Yeah. This drive brought to you by P2K Hydro Excavating and James Andrews. I lost my screen here. Blew away in the wind here. 1 second. First and 10 Heritage. Handoff A.J. Hunter up the gut. Big hole. A.J. Hunter almost fumbles the ball. He's going to be brought down at the 17 into the Natwick Insurance red zone.
Panthers down to the 16.
Handoff up the middle to Hunter again. Gain of 4. Coach, do you think there's any reason we're not seeing a heavy dose of Collie tonight?
I know that they're trying to take some of the load off of Benson. They don't, it's a long season and he plays defense, and they're trying to work these other guys in so they don't have to give Benson 20, 25, 30 carries a game. So maybe he had a great week of practice and he earned more carries. You know what Colley's going to give you. He's north-south dive, straight up the gut, full speed, tough-nosed runner, but
Tenta throws it. Looks like that was intended for IJ. He slipped.
Pass incomplete.
Third down and 7.
For the Panthers.
But Antonio Hunter has done a good job running the ball tonight. He's earned it.
There's Colley. He's going to slip. Going to bring up 4th and 6 for Heritage. Coco 28-3 over Titusville. We got 9 minutes here left in this ball game.
Well, Heritage has a kid who can make a field goal from there.
Yeah, he attempted, a 58-yarder, was about 3 yards short earlier.
He took a window out at Eddie's Diner on an extra point a little while ago.
He has been kicking some missiles. 4th and 6 for Heritage on the Melbourne 14-yard line. Tenta takes a snap. Tenta rolls right. Tenta throws. IJ Cordero dropped it.
He had fingers down. Get fingers up.
Bulldog football, 1st and 10 from the 14.
Tried to make a basket catch instead of getting that pinky up.
Turnover on downs. 1st and 10. Melbourne on their own 14.
Thumbs up instead of thumbs in. There's a lot of tension in the air right now.
Yes, this is very tense in here. It is. It is very. Padala hands off to number 3 Daly. Nowhere to go. Loss of 1.
I might keep my guys off the field after the game.
2nd down for Melbourne.
You're gonna what?
I mean, I would do the handshake line, but I would get my guys through the handshake line, and I would
Get him in over there.
get them in the end zone and go from the end zone to the bench and get on the bus. Neither team can afford to lose anybody
No.
in future games.
If Heritage wins tonight, they are the district champions. Handoff goes to Daly. Daly tries to get outside. Conrad Bryant's there, along with Devin McDonald.
I believe it'll be their first district championship since 2018.
3rd and long for Heritage. $7:24 left in the 4th quarter. Padala rolls out. Padala looking. Tries to throw it. Got an open man.
Nice
That's
ball.
Craig Bowles.
That was a nice ball going to his left. That's a tough throw. To the field. Out route. Drop it over the corner. Who's sitting on the flat route. That was a nice ball.
Great ball. The Melbourne parents have resorted to start yelling at the kids that have transferred from Melbourne that are on Heritage defense now. Throws it deep. Intercepted by J.R. Samuels. Gonna return it down Melbourne, the sideline. Touchdown, Heritage. That would be one of the Melbourne transfers. Coach Blue T-shirt launch, get you one.
I don't think they have the arm. We're in the last
They might
row.
not have the arm, but I know they don't have my size.
Throw me down there, Billy, and I'll get you a T-shirt.
Where's Benny at?
Smalls?
Yeah.
He should be in bed. If his mother's doing her job, he should be sawing wood right now.
Kick is up and good. We will have a running clock the rest of the way. Heritage 35, Melbourne 0.
So we've had a division in the house. Turns out Brady is going to root for the Bucks on Sunday with my wife, and Smalls and I are rooting for Aiden Hutchinson.
What's the bet?
And the Detroit Wolverines.
Is there a bet or?
Well, and then Brady tried to back out of it and go, Dad, can I get a Lions shirt? And I said, no. Hold on now. You said you were rooting for the Bucks. You got to stick with, because he's got a Tom Brady GOAT shirt that he got for Christmas with the Bucks now. He's like, well, Brady's not there anymore, so I said, you better realize what you're doing. If you're a Lions fan, you're a Lions fan for life, and it could potentially be miserable because
I mean, that's a hard sell on a 12-year-old.
For 46 years, I had a brown paper bag with the eye holes cut out, and now they're good. But I told him, I was like, listen, are you sure you want to get into that life? But he
Sebastian up 3-0. 1 minute left. Palm Bay going for it on their own. They're going in on Sebastian's 15-yard line. Kick goes out of the back of the end zone.
All right, everybody be smart now. Be great to see.
They said make him a Dolphins fan. He'll be better.
No. Respect to Liz Crowley and Darwin Dominguez. No,
I mean, I'm a Colts fan. We have Mick Goods as Andrew Luck decide to wake up on Sunday morning and retire. Ooh, big stick by Ramir Davis.
Second down for the Bulldogs.
Oh. And it's funny, I said respect to Darwin Dominguez. I didn't even see that.
2nd and 12 for Melbourne. Daly with a nice run, gain of about 6.
We got a Melbourne player down.
Good luck getting out of here, Coach.
He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's going to be just fine.
One.
2:43 and rolling. Now we have the bands going at it. We are live at Tom McIntyre Stadium.
First
down, Melbourne.
That's a first down, Bulldogs.
2 minutes left in the game. Padala takes a snap, hands off right side. Nowhere for him to go. Loss of 1.
Bulldogs looking at a second down.
Second and 12 for Melbourne. .113 left. Intended for number 10, Casey, incomplete.
Third down for Melbourne.
Well, Billy, I noticed coming out of the half, start the third quarter, it seemed like there was definitely a focus for Heritage to go right at the run game,
Run the ball,
go right at them. And then after a few runs, they popped an RPO on them for a quick touchdown. Melbourne defense held out as long as they could. First half, like you said, played lights out. First half, great game plan.
Well, Coach, the Heritage will be district champions. Automatic playoff bid. Padala's going to throw it deep. Oh, almost intercepted.
That
should be the final play of the game. Coach, your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Heritage defense pitches another shutout. Melbourne defense played an amazing first half. Gave up one big play, 7-0 at the half. And, the light thing was strange. You never know what you're going to get when you come out to the field, but got through that luckily. Melbourne's a young team, and I think they're going to be really good going forward. I like the way that Padilla throws the ball. I think he's going to be a real good quarterback. He's only a sophomore. And with that coaching staff, they're just going to keep grinding and continue to get better as the year goes on and develop more chemistry.
The final from Melbourne High School, Melbourne 0, Heritage 35. Please tune in to the BSN postgame show tonight, shortly after the game. Have a good night.